Football balls clap all night long. Clap, clap, clap. Football balls clap. Football balls clap all night long. Clap, 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 clap. But you know I didn't have it anyway. Won't you come on down to my? Won't you come on down to my rescue?
She treated her cats like her own kids. I know. Making like a mistake. I don't know even know what I could have done. I didn't know her nails were overgrown at that point until I got home. You know? And then I had an appointment to take her to the vet, which you even saw in the DMs. I said I can take her to the vet. I can take her to the vet. That person said, "No, it's okay." So, what's the problem? You know? Elderly cat's nails, that happens, and it's ignorance on my part, but other than that, you know, her nails were growing. Like, Sam's nails are fine, but BBJ like will not let me cut her nails, and she's like stresses too much, and her nails grow quicker, and like she doesn't scratch as much as Sam, so like her nails were growing quicker and they were like starting to grow under. So I scheduled another appointment in like a month and a half, and she has to get her nails done again there. They want to see her again. And then I'm going to repeat the blood work in like 3 months or so. And her food being falling some on the floor, because it was hard for me to bend all the way down and put all the, like, her food sometimes was out of the dish a lot, because sometimes I would just throw it like as much as I could because I couldn't bend all the way down. You know?
Before I feed them. And yeah, we need to clean up over here quite a bit. I never should refill their water dish as well. Hi, Sam.
But I did take care of my pets, you know? And I brought her to the vet with Smeagol before going to Kuwait. It wasn't that long before that.
BBJ going to the vet.
BBJ. Whoa. You're hanging tight on the BBJ? I cut Sam's nails before I went. Her nails too. She cries that's why I don't cut her nails myself. No matter what, she screams whenever I try to cut them. I've said this many times. They want to keep being pieces of crap bullies, and they need a reason, you know? So they use that. Like, I intentionally hurt my cat. Okay. Whatever you think, good for you.
It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional.
I didn't realize that they had gotten that. I didn't realize that they had gone that far. Fucking funny is stumbling. I assumed that it was just because she was old.
Crying, she's whiny, she's kind of limpy, she's old. I don't want her to suffer, because cats, you don't know if they're suffering really. But you think she looks good for her age? No, she doesn't. I mean, she does, but sometimes I notice she still gets around good. She does, but she falls over a lot. She's more frail. She kind of falls over a little bit. Yeah, she's wobbly. And that's been a while. I told the vet about that already. So the vet just like, she's old. What do you want? I made an appointment with her vet, full throttle, and maybe I didn't have the money to take her right away. Okay, so I made an appointment for the next week. It wasn't even like a full week, I don't think. Like, do some research, okay? Adult cats, like old cats, they have all kinds of problems, all kinds. And so BBJ, like her kidney levels, like, or her thyroid is like, typically the cat should be like between 20 and 40. So hers was like 41, but the doctor is not concerned of really about it, like overactive thyroid. But I was like talking about my doctor to the doctor about how I can like preserve her life expectancy, like so she can live forever. And she's like, repeat the blood work in like 3 to 4 months just to be sure that, because if her thyroid level does creep up, that's something that can shorten the life expectancy very quickly. I wanted to bring her to, like, whenever I was in Kuwait, I had Pete's on video, like, show me her BBJ's nails, and they looked, like, decent. Like, they were getting along, but, like, decent enough. Like, I wanted to check her nails tonight to see if I could try to clip them myself, but she usually freaks out, and it, like, makes me nervous. I'm afraid to hurt her. So her nails have actually grown, like, they're, like, bad again.
I noticed that BBJ was licking the crap out of her feet. She kept licking and licking and licking the bottom of her feet, but not to groom, which is like what I imagine cats doing, just licking her feet. And that was like, oh, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me look at her nails. And I saw the nails embedded. It took seeing her for 2 hours to notice the licking of the feet. How could you live with a cat? How could you have had a cat for so long? How could you know the behaviors, let's say, of cats and not notice that there was something wrong with the behavior of the cat, with the licking of the feet? I go to the vet. They fit us in an emergency appointment because there are nails growing into her feet. So we go to the vet. BBJ had 5 nails growing into the pads of her feet today. 5 nails. It was extremely painful what she had to go through today at the vet. Extremely painful. It was, I'm not going to try and make this all about me, but it was a traumatic fucking day today. Now they've clipped the nails that didn't like embed into her feet. And they tell me now to get the ones out that are embedded, like they were deeply embedded, it's going to be painful for her. So it took 3 vet techs today. They had to put the cone, you know, the plastic, I call it the cone of shame, onto little BBJ. 3 of them, 2 holding her down and 1 clipping the nails. BBJ was screaming at the top of her lungs. It was horrific to listen to. So bad. I was a wreck. I was bawling my eyes. I was losing my shit. I have my hand on the bench where little Ollie. Anyway, and I'm listening to the cat screaming at the top of her lungs. It was so bad that a vet from a room, like another exam room, came and knocked on the door like, is everything okay in here? It was so bad. But she went through it like a fucking champ. Let me tell you, the vets today said they couldn't believe her age. They said, wow, she is good for her age.
You think she looks good for her age? No, she doesn't.
She's on antibiotics now. So she's taking her little antibiotics, and there's like wipes for her feet to keep them clean. You have to use this like a different kind of litter for a week so that she doesn't get a little sand in her feet. Immediately, how can I explain? Like BBJ was walking funny before going to the vet today. She was walking funny. Like on the carpets, she was okay. But as soon as she would go like her feet onto the wood floors, you could see the way she was like teetering from side to side, clearly in pain.
She still gets around good. She does, but she falls over a lot. She's more frail. She kind of falls over a little bit. Yeah, she's wobbly. And that's been a while. I told the vet about that already.
I brought her back from the vet. She's just like walking on the wood floors, like immediate difference. It's a wreck. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's horrible, but she went through it. She's very strong. She's doing great for her age. The vets said so today.
So that's that. So the people seem very, very, very nice and excited to have BBJ. And I was promised that she would spend the rest of her life happy and eating lots of treats. So I know it's sad to see her. It may be shocking because my cats were so much part of my life and my channel for so long. I still love cats, but I honestly don't think that for now I can't be a pet person because pets are a huge responsibility. They really are. And, you know, if it makes me a bad person to admit, I just can't take care of them now because, I mean, my life right now is I'm moving to the Middle East and I just got a lot going on and they just would be really better off somewhere else. It's good for them, you know? Bitch, you have exactly till tomorrow morning to get your fucking ugly fat ass right to this villa, because I swear if you don't, jail. And you are going to jail for this, by the way. This is way too far. You're gonna talk about her, oh, I don't care. You won, okay? You have BBJ, good for you. You can tell the world that her nails grew too long, even though I have receipts telling Amy, who was supposed to have the cat, that her nails were long, and I have receipts that I acknowledge that, and I have receipts that I offered to take her to the vet today. The fact that you think I mistreated BBJ is bullshit. I've had her since 2017 in my videos. There's compilations of me how I treat my effing cat. She was my everything. So shut up about that. It's BS and you know it. Angela, are you serious? Just be happy she's being taken care of. You're missing the point, I think, a little bit. Are you actually defending this? You know what? You have my cat. You've exposed me for being a horrible human cat owner being. Whatever you want to think of me, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
Yes, there was also the mats. Like it wasn't just her butt that was matted. That was like the dangerous mat they had said, because they said there can come a certain point where they cannot poo. The mats become so bad around the butt. But her entire underneath, her entire like belly, her sides, the sides of her legs, under her neck, it was all completely matted and like, you know, the like mats that are hard balls, like giant balls. When the vet had first examined her, they thought there might be like tumors on her stomach when the vet just like held her from underneath. And no, it turned out they were just horrible, hard mats all over her body. Disgusting. So add that to the list. Yeah.
They are taking really good care of him. Apparently, she shaved him because there was a lot of dander. I didn't know. I never noticed this. So she's maybe even a better pet owner than me. So maybe he's even in a better place, you know, obviously. So you have to really be diligent with cats with hair like that. So I felt bad. He had some fur. Like if you leave the mats on your cats, that rhymes. It's not a crime. You have to shave it to get really bad mats. So I was shaving right down to the fur, and now his fur is all smooth. Cats aren't children. Sure they are. I'm wearing a strapless bra. See? Move. Yes. Move. He has all dandruff here, see? Look at his bum. What a good boy. He's a good boy. Because he had a mat. His fur was matted, so I had to shave him.
blood sample. Did you wanted a bum shave last time, didn't you? I didn't.
Shave her bum.
Was that you?
Yeah, if she needs it, but I've been
Yeah, but she's got
around my
some.
mom, so. Oh yeah, she did have an accident in the car.
Yeah, I would recommend it because she's kind of dirty back there.
Okay.
They also shaved her butt today because she had like mats and like butt stuff. She had like long unruly fur, and there was like poop in the fur, so they just shaved her ass today.
Her kidneys were okay, but they were like showing like a little sign of like kidney disease, a little bit. But there was like not really much they could do about it, so they just said they're gonna keep an eye on it. But she drinks water for a long fucking time.
BBJ's kidney enzymes are higher than usual. She has chronic kidney disease, which they're calling stage 1. She's going to start a renal care diet, the food that I had been fucking screaming at fucking Chantal about since little Ollie had his kidney failure. And I found out all about it and how all it takes is the fucking renal food sometimes to keep them in stage 1. So thank God she's only in stage 1. In her urine analysis, she has a urine infection, and they said it's pretty bad. They're starting her with a 2-week treatment for the urine infection because it's so bad. After 2 weeks, we're gonna have to do more blood tests and see.
The litter needed to be completely changed out. It had been a couple months since I'd actually changed the coffee on Lore. So I was actually overdue for changing the litter out completely. I can show it. I don't want to show the litter room. I suppose no shock that there's going to be litter on the floor in the litter room, but
She's also going to start injections for her arthritis. I didn't even catch what the hell that was called. It's going to be 1 time per month. I'm going to take her to the vet. She's going to get an injection with a vet tech. And they said that it works almost immediately and it really, really gives them a lot of relief.
She doesn't need a cardio. She has arthritis. She can't even barely walk.
Wrong again. She could barely walk because you had let her nails grow into the pads of her feet. Immediately, once cutting them, she could walk quite fine. Now, getting those injections for her arthritis, bitch, she chases after a laser pointer. Do you not hear that? Or do you just pretend like you don't hear that? She attacks this little toy maraca like it's alive and coming to get her. Full of spunk. She just wasn't being taken care of properly.
Make money, I know. Hi, sweetie. Hello, Cherry. You want your food over on this side? I gave her some chicken stew. Nobody has a right to tell me I'm bringing her... Oh, I'll recover. Don't worry. I'm bringing my cat to the vet. And if the vet tells me she should be put down, I'm going to euthanize my cat. And there's nothing... Like, there should be no qualms about it. It's a thing.
God, she truly is evil. She's really giving Evil Queen. And I never usually make that comparison because the Evil Queen's an icon, but she really is just vile. People unfortunately do have to put pets down, and it's terrible. It's terrible. But you are actively wanting that result because you can't be bothered to find someone to take BBJ because you've decided to abandon them for a robot.
Why?
Trash.
Every single thing that was wrong with her is because she's fucking old, okay? Like, she has kidney disease, and she's, like, if you see pictures of her, she's suffering. All for your entertainment, all to piss me off, and I'm unaffected. You're not gonna bother me. I've come to terms with what happened, but that doesn't stop me from pointing out your stupid hypocrisy.
No, not everything wrong with BBJ is due to old age. Things like horribly rotted teeth That's not an age thing. That's a neglect thing. Things like a UTI so aggressive, they weren't sure that one round of antibiotics was going to be enough to get rid of it. That's not an age thing. There's a lot that BBJ was suffering from that had nothing to do with age. Her ears are another thing. Her ears so filthy that she for years kept telling us that BBJ smelt bad. It wasn't that she smelt bad. It was the filth on the top of her head and in her ears. It's why she was going bald on the top of her head, right? The nails growing into the pads of her feet. Again, has nothing really to do with age, except for the fact that older cats sometimes stop kneading or like on things. I don't know what you call that. And their nails grow fast and you have to get them clipped. Okay, it would be an excuse if she didn't know that, but she was well aware of that. She has said that many times. She was well aware of the fact that BBJ's nails needed to be clipped regularly, and she didn't. She didn't care. She let all that shit happen to her. None of those things have anything to do with age. She's full of shit. And yes, Duchess, absolutely, the matted fur. Being matted over the entire body, so matted that the vets first touched her and thought she might be covered in tumors underneath, is how bad it was. That's not to do with age. That has to do with neglect.
How could I do what to tiny BBJ? I did nothing to her. Her nails grew too long. She cries if you... That's why I don't cut her nails myself. Give me a break. And before that, I never took my pets to the vet, barely, unless they were sick. Ever. Never got shit for it. The whole 5 years I was on YouTube. Now it's a problem. I don't care. Keep your outrage and shove it up your ass. I really don't care. I would rather leave them with apes than with FFG, so no. I'm not giving her to that chain-smoking, miserable human. And you all did something horrible for BBJ if you think she's better off with that insane stalker who chain smokes. Susie Q, how can you give away BBJ after 20 years? She loves you and you will throw her away for a guy from the other side of the world. No, I'm not throwing her away. It's not my fault she won't die. No, I'm just joking. She's literally a 20-year-old cat. She's going to pass away, and I'm going to bring her to the vet when I get home, and if she's suffering, I'm going to put her down. You can be mad at me and call me an abuser all you want, but euthanasia is actually very humane. It's false outrage, and you know it. It's false outrage. False outrage. Absolutely false outrage. BBJ's fine. I check on her every day with Pete. I talk to him every day. BBJ, you're not going in the suitcase. You're going in a cardboard box. Cardboard box? It's probably a bag, Zeta. I think pets get buried in bags. Deal with it. Death is a thing. If you really want to know, I'm rehoming my cats to a wood chipper. Okay? Talking so nonchalant about your cat dying means you have no heart. Euthanasia time. Sorry. If my pets are suffering and there's no hope and I have to put them on meds to prolong their life, forget it. Take a dirt nap. BBJ going to the vet and not coming home. Sorry. You're so dramatic. That's why it's funny.
BBJ's safe. BBJ's thriving. BBJ hasn't been so healthy, comfortable, heavy, because she eats now. You know what I mean? Loved, given attention, and played with and stuff in her entire life. She is living her best retirement. And that's what matters the most. It really is that. Yeah, BBJ won.
Something that will stay with me. Sky is wrapped in blue.